Yeah, so if you go into training room and you're practicing combos, the hard part about it is, so here's the thing, right? So here's how combos work. I'm gonna talk about how to do combos and why they're harder to do in a tournament in a casual match situation. So imagine this right now. Imagine that okay, like everyone play this stupid game with me, right? Like just play this game with me right now. Say the word at home, say the word polka. Now spell it. And now tell me what's the white part of an egg called. Right, this is a standard psychological little test that people do with people, and a lot of people will respond with the answer yolk, right? Now, a lot of people are like, oh crap, that was the wrong thing. It's not the yolk. The white part of the egg is called something completely different, right? So what happened is that you're putting something in, I'm putting something into your brain, polka, poke, polka, poke, polka, 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 and then you say yolk because it just rhymes, and that's the first thing that pops into your head. The way combos work is very similar. Combos, if you think of a combo as just like a little ball in your head that is accessible to you. So you're sitting there, I want to do this combo. Well, in training mode, when you're playing against the opponent, right? When you play against the opponent in training mode, what you're doing is, like, let's say this ketchup packet is my combo. Let's say inside this ketchup packet is my combo that I want to do. In training mode, what you're essentially is doing this. You're taking that combo that you want to do, and you're doing this. I want to do this combo. 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 And you're staring at it, and you've already taken that combo, and where it's stored in your brain, you've already pulled it out, and it's just sitting there. You're just sitting here staring at this, right? And you already know what combo you want to do. There's no memory retrieval. There's no memory retrieval to know to do this combo. But when you're playing in a match, what you're doing is, oh crap, salt. Oh God, controller. Oh God, damn. And then, oh, my phone is over here. And then all of a sudden, the guy whiffs an uppercut, and you're like, what's the combo? And then you get hit by a combo, someone throws it at you, you're like, I don't remember what the combo is. And then that's it. And you cannot, within the proper time, recall this combo. And that's why you can't do it in a casual match, because you don't have it already in your brain. So the problem is not that you're bad at this combo. The problem is that you're bad at the recall. Finding it in your brain, pulling it out from that slot and using it at that proper moment is the problem, not you doing the combo. So what you actually need to learn is how to recall that combo. And that's why I say when you play a match, always try to do your combo even though you drop it. Because what you're doing now is you're remembering where it is in your brain. You're like, oh shoot, I wanted to do that combo. Run around the corner, it was on this shelf, it was on this shelf. Here it is, I found that combo, let's do it. Ah, crap, I dropped the combo. Next time you're like, well, I know I have to start, it's over there on the right, so you're gonna run to the right, and I kind of remember it was in this row, so you go into the row and you're like, it was on this shelf somewhere, and then, oh, it's right here, right? And then the next time you're like, well, you know what, I already know it's in this row, so you go to this row, I know it's on this shelf, it's on this row. And what you're trying to do is get to the point where you have established that, like, as soon as you see someone whiff an uppercut, you're like, oh, I'm gonna go over here, it's on the 5th shelf of the 4th bookshelf in row number 3, it's on page 56, it's halfway down the page, that's my combo. That's how you get good at combos. It's not about execution. It's not about practicing it over and over again. It's understanding how to recall it when you need it, right when you need it. That is the secret to a lot of things in Street Fighter. Not just combos, but even, for example, me anti-airing people when someone jumps at me, right? Like, that's just one of those things. You have to understand how to recall what it is that you want to do. So there's two ways to do this, right? One, when you go into a match, don't worry about winning. If you see Ryu miss an uppercut, and I have this problem too. You guys just saw it earlier. I'm not doing my crush counter combo. Ryu misses an uppercut, I go strong, fierce, drill instead of roundhouse, crush counter into combo. The reason why I don't do that is because I have a bad sense of direction. So every time I see them miss an uppercut, I'm like, the book was on the left, and I run over to the left and the book is on the right. And I run to the left and I'm like, no, and I skid, turn around, and it's too late. So I'm not even following my own advice. I should just keep messing up, right, until I get that put into my brain. So when it comes to combos, when you're doing them online, keep doing that combo. Keep doing that combo. That combo that you know how to do in training mode. The thing is, you have the book. You've already pulled the book out. You're sitting there staring at the book. So every time it's like, I need to do this combo, you're already at the page. You have the bookmarker. You've highlighted it in yellow, so you don't even have to look at the page and find where the paragraph is. It's just right there. So of course you're going to be able to do the combo. However, when you're in a real match, you're thinking about so many different things every time. And the worst thing about fighting games is that you can't hold 7 books at once. You really have to put them all away into their proper spot and go get them again. The best players are going to be able to hold maybe 3 books at once. But they're also super fast because they know where the books are that they can just go and get to it. But like beginners, you can basically hold 1 book at a time. And so whenever you're playing a match, you're reading this book. Oh, I got a footsies this way. Oh, shoot, he jumped at me. I have to anti-air with my light punch. He missed an uppercut. Where's my book for combos? And then you're pretty much done, right? So what you want to do is make sure you always, the 2 things, always make sure you try to do your combo in battle, the one that you can do in training mode perfectly fine. The second thing is when you're in training mode, and I've taught this before, I've taught people this before, when you're in training mode, so let's say for example, I want to practice crouch light kick into 720. I just want to practice this crouch light kick into 720 here. So if I want to do this, I'm going to turn off the battle thing right here. That's a good one too. Loser Stays On says, don't forget to mention that. After doing some combos for a while, they need to change it, forget the old one, and use the new one for a while so you can have a lot of combos. Yeah, I mean, just try to keep a lot of the right combos in mind, and you want to get to the point where you've memorized where like 7 different combos are in your library, because they're everywhere in the library that is your brain, right? So here we go. So let's say, and like I said, I've taught this many times. You don't see me doing this, but that's because I'm at a level where a lot of times I don't feel like I need to do this. But let's say I want to practice, crouching light kick into 720. Right, so I got it. 4-hit combo, crouching light kick into 720. So it's just a link, right? I don't have to cancel it. I'm just linking it. And there it is, 4-hit combo again. Now the problem is, the reason why I can do this every time is because, one, I know my opponent is not moving because he's a training mode dummy, and I can do this. Okay. Crouching light kick into 720. Of course I'm going to get it most of the time, right? And of course I mess it up because that's just the way life works. This is called the demo problem, by the way, when everything works in the practice and then at the actual demo things don't work. But basically, I just know that I'm preparing myself. I've already mentally prepared myself until I can do crouching light kick. But now, what if I try to mess myself up? So what if I want to do, for example, light punch, crouching light kick, 720? Can I get that to combo? And I did not. See, I missed it. So it says 3 hits, not 4 hits. So I missed it. So I should be able to do like this, and then, see, and I missed it again. I mean, it could be a range thing. I don't know. But the whole point is that what you're trying to do is put yourself into uncomfortable positions. Jump, jump, low, crouching light kick into super, okay? Dash forward, dash back, dash forward, crouch light kick into 720, right? So now what you're doing is you're putting yourself into positions where you aren't just sitting there mentally prepared to do Like if you practice in training mode by doing this, all right, here we go. You're gonna get it like 95% of the time. So the best thing that you can do is just try to learn to screw yourself up. So just go like do something like that and see it didn't work. So now I have to figure out why. And by mixing up your brain, your setup, like see, I'm not getting it right now. And that's really important to see. See, I'm messing it up because now all of a sudden I have to recall something else while I was in the middle of recalling that. And see, I'm always doing it too slow now. These are things that are very important. This is how you can test things out in training mode and get it to the point where you can actually, okay, there it is right there. So I was doing it too slow outside of that situation, but it was throwing me off just because I threw in roundhouse into V trigger. Just because I added that ahead of time, it screwed up my mental preparation for the rest of the combo. And that's why it's important for you to test these different things like that. So putting on random guard or putting on the CPU or recording the dummy around doing real things, you can kind of do that. Like you can record the computer to dash around and jump and then all of a sudden whiff an uppercut and then you have to react to it quickly enough. Or you can say for random guard is more about hit confirming. That's, you want to learn how to hit confirm. So in other words, if I want to make sure that I only cancel light kick if he hit, or crouching medium kick, crouching medium punch, standing light kick into lariat. That's where random guard comes in, is for practicing hit confirms. And I just dropped the combo there. So if he blocks the crouching medium punch, I don't want to do lariat. That's all I want to do if he blocks the crouching medium. But if he gets hit by it, I could even probably hit confirm off of one hit, to be honest with you. Oops, too slow. So now I'm just going to hit confirm off of the crouching medium punch. Oops, I forgot the lariat. Oops, I didn't want to light kick. Ah, see, I'm missing it there. But see, this is what random guard is for. Random guard is for teaching you to hit confirm. Yeah, it's hard on one hit, but that's kind of the way it works. So if you want to get good at combos in the middle of battle and stuff like that, that's what you want to learn. You want to learn how to, it's not learning how to do the combo, it's learning how to recall the combo. You're trying to build the muscle memory to, as soon as you see Ryu miss the uppercut, your recall of that combo is almost instant. Or if you walk up and you do a meaty button and they get hit by it, your combo reaction is almost instant. That's what you need. You need to work on the recall, and that helps you get better at the combo, basically. So, I've been trying to stop being put off under stress when playing in person, so I've started putting on annoying screamy streamers who will rename lameness really loud and trying to play. It's amazing how many easy combos I started dropping. Yeah, because, you know, that's the thing. Combos are about recall. That's really what they're about. One time I actually talked about it when I did the Mind's Eye, the first Mind's Eye episode that I did, giving someone advice. I had talked about already knowing what combo you wanted to do ahead of time. And that kind of all goes into this whole book analogy thing, right? Basically, if I jump in at the opponent and I'm predicting they're going to throw a fireball, when I'm jumping in and I see them throw a fireball, I already know what combo I wanted. I may not have the book open to the page, but I already have the book in my hand. So I'm like, I jump, I see them throw a fireball, I'm like, oh, okay, here it is. And you can recall it that much faster, right? So I've already put the book in my hand. So if I jump and I see him whiff a fireball, I know I want to do that combo instead of the sweep. So if you guys actually were watching earlier when I was playing Zangief online, I kept doing this. But the problem with that is you don't really get much off of it. This is a little better because I can get a little bit closer to them. If I put him on a normal recovery here, sweep into dash, Zangief basically, I think he's negative. I think Birdie's actually up sooner than he actually looks. But if I do this combo instead, like you see how I was ready to move when he was getting up? So when I jumped over things and hit him with the jump kick, I was doing this with Zangief. But that's because that was the first book that I was grabbing. What I really want to do is grab this book instead, because then I can get a little bit better pressure situations, perhaps. So there you go. That's kind of one of the things to learn about Bison. I'm sorry, learn about doing combos and learning about how to do combos in battle is really understanding the recall. Loser Stays On says, also, James, to work on their execution speed, they should practice light button confirms. Not only does it work your execution speed, but allows you to punish moves with short recovery windows. That, to me, honestly, I consider more of an advanced thing right now, because if you're working on your light confirms too early, I feel like that kind of throws people off. It's an advanced one. So 2 lights into a special is definitely, in my opinion, an intermediate confirm, an intermediate level thing. And it's too early for beginners to learn. I don't think that it's a proper thing for people to learn too early in the beginning. That's something they need to save later on. And yeah, so how do you keep that recollection as time goes on? I'm possibly older than you. I've lost a lot of what I had. My frustration comes from losing my edge. Oh, trust me, I am right there with you. Man, I used to be good at fighting games. Man, I used to be good at fighting games. But I am Garbo now. I'm terrible. And of course, people are seeing me. They're like, you're at 6,000. You're at gold. How are you terrible? And trust me, like what I used to be able to do in fighting games and in tournaments and stuff like that, like this is not good enough. Like I should be platinum right now based on what I know that I could do in the past. But in order to keep that sharpness, honestly, is to keep playing. And make sure that one is that what you'll start to learn, and this is kind of a weird problem too, is that once you start knowing where that book is and you go to that book over and 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 over again, pretty soon you're just naturally going to just start walking in that direction. It's like, I want to do combo. I don't want to do that combo anymore. I want to do another combo. You're just going to start walking over there. Like for people who have worked at an office building or have moved homes or something like that after years and years, you know, you do that thing where like you walk out of the bathroom and you start walking to your desk and you walk straight to your old desk and you're like, oh, holy crap, this is the wrong desk, right? And you're like, I moved, I'm over there now. Or like when you get off the freeway and you're like trying to drive home and you moved homes and you forget and you like drive in the wrong direction and stuff like that. That's what's gonna happen if you rely too much on one book. So it's good to dig it into your muscle memory, and at that point it's just super easy recall. But at the same time, it can be a negative if you're trying to learn new things. Now you've got to kind of break some of these old habits, and that can get a little frustrating in that situation. So let me see. You don't have to stop playing Jury. Go ahead and keep playing Jury. I don't think that there's a problem with continuing to use that character. Let's see here. Speed runs. I know all this stuff, but I can't execute anymore. Yeah, no, it happens, dude. Seriously, I understand. Pressure. You'll see me. You hear me say this a lot. When people drop combos in tournaments, one of my main comments is always be, "Oh, he's nervous. He's nervous." The sign of nerves, because nerves are, I would say, the 90% reason why you end up dropping combos. Like, ooh, yeah, nerves are a killer when you play online and stuff like that. So, Geef account. Let me see. Warriors more pressure, but once the pressure wears off, you get to a point you can confirm a combo with your eyes closed. That's correct. Yes. If Alex Vi could beat Bonchan, it's possible to remain sharp as you grow older. Absolutely true. How important do I think trials are? Trials are there to show you what your character is capable of. They are not there as a blueprint of what you are supposed to do. And that's hard because nowhere in the trials does it say that, and especially now because the trials are based off of Season 1 characters. So it's like, really? So now I'm going to trials and it's even more pointless. But let's pretend the trials were actually up to date and they were updated to Season 2. What happens then is that the trials are there to show you what's capable of. Like, I can sit here and play with a bunch of things, but like, let's say I just assumed that Akuma's V-skill with the kick follow-up, because it's a V-skill and no V-skills have been cancelable into special moves, I just never tried it. I'm like, oh cool, I get this launchy V-skill and then I can walk up and uppercut afterwards. And that's all I'm going to think it does. It's just a launcher into an uppercut. Then you go into trial and all of a sudden you can do launch into EX demon flip or regular demon flip, and you can do all these things and you're like, whoa, I didn't know that I could actually cancel this V-skill into special moves. Trials are there to show you what is capable of, what you're capable of, but it's more important that you learn the trials that way. Like, oh, I can link these two buttons. Oh, this is comboable and this. Oh, this move has this weird crush counter property that I didn't know about. And then you apply them into the game in a realistic fashion. That's what trials are for. They are there to show you what is possible, not what you should do. You were put on a stream. First match you ever played at EVO with a hangover. Oh, that's gotta be fun. That's gotta be fun. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah, exactly. The trials help me to learn things like cancels. But yeah, it's just basically there to open your eyes at what's possible with the characters, not necessarily what you should be doing with the characters. Some of the trials are okay, but people get better at trials. People figure out better things than what's possible in the trials. So